These attractive dovetail splines are easy to route with Rockler's router table spline jig. And in this video, I'll show you how to do it. I built these 3 hickory nested tables for the October 2023 issue of Woodworker's Journal magazine. And for the corners of the leg frames, I wanted to hide the end grain with miter joints. But glued miter joints aren't very strong, so one way of reinforcing them is to add a dovetail spline diagonally across the joints. Now all that really amounts to is a piece of long grain lumber cut into a dovetail shape and inserted into a dovetail shaped spline slot like this. Once the spline is in place, you just cut off the excess spline flush with the joint faces. The challenge to the routing process, however, is that the joint has to be pitched up at a 45-degree angle, like this, so the dovetail bit can route the spline slots correctly. And the only way to do that is by holding the frame in a jig. And that's where Rockler's router table spline jig comes in. It consists of this melamine-coated MDF base with a couple of expanding aluminum miter bars that lock it into place on your router table's miter slot. Rockler includes a handy centering gauge that fits into a slot in the jig base, so the base can be positioned correctly relative to the bit before tightening its star knobs that hold it in place. The jig's plastic sled has a 90-degree cradle in it for holding your joint workpiece up at the correct angle to route the spline slot diagonally across the joint. And the sled has a pair of runners on the bottom that fit into grooves on the jig base, so it can slide back and forth over the bit for routing. These 2 fences on the sled are adjustable, so it can accommodate a variety of workpiece sizes. And I added a larger plywood scrap to each fence to provide even more clamping support for these large table leg frames. Once you've got the fences adjusted to locate the spline slots accurately, all it takes to route the slot is determining your bit height, clamping the workpiece securely inside the sled, and pushing the sled across the jig base slowly and carefully to plow the spline slot. Well, that takes care of the spline slots, and now we need to make the spline pieces to fill them. And for that, I'm going to use this piece of walnut. It just has to be thicker than the diameter of the router bit and wide enough so I can handle it safely on the router table. You use the same router bit for cutting the dovetail splines as you did for cutting the slots, but this time the bit is buried partially in the router table's fence and the spline stock is cut to shape in 2 passes, one along each face of the workpiece. Now routing these splines is a bit of a trial and error process because you want the spline to fit the slot without a lot of excess play, but not so tightly that you have to pound it in. After the first pass, my spline is still too wide for the slot. So I need to expose a little more bit and take a second round of routing passes to zero in on the correct fit. Now I've got it right. Let's take a closer look. My walnut spline now slides into the slot snugly but without force. Perfect. I can slice it off the larger blank and glue short pieces of it into the spline slots. Once the glue dries, all that's left to do is cut off the ends of the splines flush with the faces of the joints. And that's quickly and easily done with a sharp flush cut saw. Dovetail splines like these are easy to tackle with Rockler's router table spline jig. You can see it at your local Rockler store or learn more at rockler.com. I'm Chris Marshall with Woodworker's Journal magazine and Rockler, and thanks for watching.